Hey everyone, what is going on? Today I got a 2010, 11, 12 model center console lid. I'm going to try to put it on my 09. 09 and older, they had all plastic. So if I can get this to work, that's a huge upgrade because it's nice and padded. So let's get started. So as you can see, this is the old one. This is hard plastic. There's no padding or anything. So let me empty this out. So there are two screws down in here inside, and then there's two clips up here, and then there's just a wire for your outlet, and then the whole thing should just slip out. After 2010, this is actually like all connected. It doesn't actually separate, so you can't swap the entire center console because it actually clips into the dash on the new ones. So got those screws out. And now as you can see, the whole back's lifting up, so I should just have to, it's pretty tight. Might have to use both hands for this, but there's just some clips down here. Slide my seat back. Try to get better grip on this. Let me set you guys up over here. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Heard the clips. We can slide this up over the handbrake. And there is our plug for everything. So here we are, that's out. I just got to get this plug here somehow. There we go. Well, that plug's out. And of course, one of the metal clips stayed down in the body. So I'm gonna have to pry that out real quick to put back on this tab. Also, real quick, here is your cable adjustment. And as you can see, mine is actually pretty loose, so I should probably tighten that up while I'm in here. These cables are very loose, so I'm gonna fix that while this is out. So to get to the lid, there are two screws on each side, and 4 screws here. And then you should be able to like pull this whole thing out through the bottom here. And then the screws for that lid will be right back here. So let me loosen these up. I don't know if I gotta take it all the way out or if I can just twist it forward. Let me get these screws out and I'll show you. So all 8 screws are out. So this should kind of finagle forward somehow. Yep, we're going forward a little bit. Set you guys down real quick. So the issue I'm having right now is I'm getting caught on the plug outlet here. It's actually hindering me a little bit. You can see it's like hitting that down in there. So I might have to try to pop it out. No way. tight fit, but you can get your hand in there. Now that that's out of the way, this should roll forward. And there are the screws for the lid. So let me get those 3 off and go from there. So, got the old plastic one out. Here is the padded one. And as you can see, the bracket, as you can see here, the bracket is a little bit shorter. And this one's a little bit longer and it has different holes. But overall, the locks are in the same spot. So what I'm going to have to do is maybe re-drill that bracket. I'm going to do a little test fit here real quick and see what needs done. So these 2 holes actually line up and they're fully seated in there. And once it's in, it probably would latch too, I would think. Maybe. But we'll play with that once we get a little bit further. But if I can get this to work, that'll look pretty nice. So I am going to have to drill some holes in this bracket so that it lines up correctly. And I'll be right back. So I got these 2 brackets lined up, and basically once I get a drill bit, I'm going to drill out these 3 holes and pop it in place and go from there. So now I have the 2 guide holes and the 3rd screw hole drilled out, and now I just got to try to put it back together and make sure it fits. So have it on there. It's on there pretty nicely, except for it's not latching. So what the issue is these tabs aren't clearing in here. So I'm going to have to notch this out with a Dremel real quick and maybe bring back the latch just slightly. And shouldn't take too long. I'll mark these out real carefully because I think they only got to come in just a little bit. And they only got to be wide enough for these little channels to sit in. Just like the old one had one right here in the center. Right there. This one will have 2 right here and here. So I just got to notch these out a little bit. Alright, so they Christmas tree step bit and a Dremel. I have got this to fit perfectly on there. Still needs cleaned up just a little bit, but as you can see I had to make 2 dimples here and bring this back a little bit. And there we go. So that, I'm saying that's successful. I mean, look at that. That's the right color and everything. I mean, man, that's awesome that that worked out. Just a couple drills on the bracket here, dremeling out the console and the latch area, and it fits nice on there. Just take your time with this to slowly bring it back so you don't cut too much off. I'm going to go ahead and throw this back in the car. Alright, there it is. That is a up to 2009 center console with a 10, 11, 12 lid on it. That came out really well. Matches, fits in there nicely. Nice little OEM upgrade. Just had to Dremel these 3 spots and drill out the brackets for this. That is a huge improvement to have actual padded center console. That's awesome. I'm so happy that worked out. So there we have it. That is a nice DIY how to upgrade your center console lid. Very simple. Just take your time with the Dremel, and all you really got to do is re-drill 3 holes on the bracket and Dremel out for the lock, expand it down back a little bit further, and the 2 notches for it so it stays centered. And that's it. I would just take your time. If you want, I would actually recommend marking your holes, removing like the inner part, and then dribbling out, because I accidentally drilled into like the internal cubby, but not too big of a deal. But yeah, that's awesome. Can't wait to try it out. That's a huge improvement. So hope you guys like this how-to. Like and subscribe. Till next time.